Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So, bad news, it may seem. The EU pushes ahead with additional tariffs on Chinese EVs, but continues discussions on price undertakings. NEO customers in Europe will pay an additional 20.7%. But why am I not panicking? Well, NEO, like I said, even with the 20.7% tariffs as of now, Firefly is coming in at such an affordable price point that it will still sell in a massive way in Europe, as well as I keep saying we don't need to go into any other markets. We will become profitable in China, but we will also be going into the Middle East, North Africa, eventually all of Latin America, the Caribbean, etc., etc., and especially all of the BRICS nations, which now accounts to a little more than half the world's population, with another like 23 countries signed up to join, including Mexico. So I'm not worried about the short term. I've always said that on this channel. I have the vision of what to look forward for in the future. And because of that, because I've been in this game for such a long time, I understand that I will become a millionaire from just NEO stock. Even though I also hold a lot of SoFi and UXIN, NEO is my biggest holding because of that. We added another 7 battery swap stations yesterday. And what else gives me confidence to understand where we're going? Let's just take, for example, Onvo. Onvo L60 production ramp up will outpace Xiaomi SU7, the president says. Alanai. Yes, you heard that right. And when you hear what this article has to say, it'll kind of put things into perspective of where this company is going. In my video yesterday, I mentioned that NEO is outselling the premium luxury brands in China with our NEO brand. And the same is going to happen with our sub brands as we finish that factory next year in China, as we finish building the factory in Africa to circumvent the tariffs. Yes, you heard that right. Where we will probably be making a lot of our sub brands to flood Europe, North Africa, the Middle East, and then, like I said, Latin America, the Caribbean, and all of the BRICS nations. This is why it gives me confidence to keep buying. Of course, I haven't bought none this week, and probably next week because my son's college bill came up. That's my only regret, that I have to stop buying for now until next month. But earlier this year, the tech giant Xiaomi unveiled the SU7. Beautiful car. Its first model ever, starting at 30,200 US dollars. The sedan secured over 75,000 orders in just a few weeks, and the company aims now to deliver 120,000 units this year. Yes, you heard that right. Tuesday, a Chinese automotive blogger compared the production ramp-up of the SU7 with the first model from NEO's sub-brand Onvo. He said the SUV unveiled last May, the L60. Despite NEO not disclosing any pre-order figures, Deutsche Bank analyst Wang Bin recently stated that Onvo has received over 30,000. That could be 80,000. It could be 100,000, which I believe it is. I believe it's a lot more than 30,000. And you'll see what I mean as the article goes on. And this is non-cancelable orders since its launch. Earlier today, Xiaomi reported that it exceeded 20,000 units delivered in October, just a few days before the month ends, achieving its stated target. 20,000 units delivered in October. When asked about the competition with Xiaomi EV model, NEO Group CEO, said last May that Onvo's positioning is clear. It's aimed at the family market. Li added that while Xiaomi SU7 is expected to perform well, and you hear how well it's performing, 120,000 orders this year, our Onvo L60 will have better sales. So can you imagine the amount of sales Onvo will produce next year? Can you imagine it will perform better than 120,000 in a year? And let's not forget what Firefly will perform. A blogger on Weibo noted that delivery times for both models vary from 16 to more than 20 weeks, while adding that both companies are offering next year's models as this year's production capacity has been fully sold out. We have been fully sold out for the year. Connecting on the post, Onvo's president Alan I said that Xiaomi's SU7 has been an outstanding product as it reached 20,000 units produced in 1 month, just 7 months after the first mass-produced unit roll off the production line. So 20,000 in 7 months they're doing. We're saying we're going to do 20,000 in less than 7 months. Per month, that is. Thank you all for your attention to Onvo L60. Your deep interest and high expectations mean a lot to us. The Xiaomi SU7 has been an outstanding product with deliveries exceeding 10,000 units in the 3rd month and over 20,000 by the 7th month, Onvo president wrote on Weibo. Alan I added that the Onvo L60 will surpass that numbers regarding the production ramp up, adding that the company aims to reach over 20,000 by the 6th month per month, 1 month earlier than Xiaomi. Just like Emperor Lee also made a bold prediction years ago, and he said we will become profitable way before Tesla ever did. It took Tesla 18 years. He said we will be profitable way before that, even though our business model is a more difficult business model because of the battery swap stations, because of battery as a service, because we're selling phones, because we're selling chips, and so much more. The target for the L60 is to surpass 10,000 units by the 3rd month and reach over 20,000 units by the 6th month. And we are all working hard towards this goal, Alan I said. Onvo began nationwide deliveries September 28, delivering 832 units in the last 3 days of the month. The long-range variant of the L60 equipped with an 85 kilowatt battery will start being delivered in December. So we didn't even start delivering the long-range version yet, guys. The Onvo L60 features a 900-volt architecture, the only one to have that right now, even though it's a sub-brand. Designed for the next decade of smart technology. It's designed for the next decade. It leads in key areas that matter to family users, including safety, like we see with that guy who I spoke about that in the last video. As the car flipped, he came out without a scratch. Intelligence and spacious comfort. The executive said before adding, this is a car worth waiting for. As reported earlier today, Onvo registered 1,200 units, so we're already ramping up. In the 4th week of October, bringing the month-to-date figures to 3,430 units. According to the NEO Group CEO William Lee, the company expects Onvo to produce 5,000 units in October, 10,000 by December, 10,000 by this December, and 20,000 by March 2025. That's the month of my birthday. It will be a beautiful birthday present for me. Onvo is planning to launch 2 new vehicles in 2025. This is under the Alps brand. 2 new vehicles. A 6 and 7-seater SUV will be unveiled by the end of the 1st quarter, with delivery starting around May. And remember, Firefly is going to be released in January. Yes, yes. A 2nd model, which will be the brand's first sedan, which I believe is coming to conquer the Model 3, is planned to be unveiled in the 2nd half of the year, the automotive blogger Think Tanker said on X last week. And this sedan will also be competing against Xiaopeng Xpeng sedan that they just released, adding that the brand will maintain a pace of launching 1 new vehicle annually in the future. On Monday, Onvo President Alan I said NEO has opened 18 new 4th-gen battery swap stations last week, while upgrading 53 3rd-generation stations, making them compatible with the Onvo vehicles, because they understand, they know how much pre-orders they have, even though they're not saying, and they're getting ready for that, as it speeds up the charging and swapping infrastructure. So we're building out a lot of charging infrastructure as well, guys, supercharging infrastructure as well. The L60 standard range model features a 60-watt kilowatt battery right now. It's priced at $29,050. That's without BAS, but with BAS it's just a little over 20 grand. While the long range 85 kilowatt variant starts at $33,120. But I don't think they mention how much the long range variant will be with battery as a service, where you don't buy the battery and you rent the battery. So it will be nice to see how much that will be. This is why I have so much confidence and I never falter. One person put a comment, I'm just hoping it get back to $20 so I can break even. Well, you were confident enough to buy at $20 a share, but the share price is down, but you're not confident now, even though the company is doing way more than it did when it was at $20 a share. Very interesting indeed. So I said to the person, well, perhaps, do you think you should average down if you believe in the company? Because if you believe that that's why you bought into the company, right? Or you just bought because the share price was high and you got excited. This is not how you invest in the stock market. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational on a Wednesday morning. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up because it takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we're waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie as to how the game is played and the games that are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.